Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can create snapshots in Google Cloud Platform. Okay. So before going to the video, if you're watching the video, my channel for the first time, do subscribe to my channel to get the latest videos on all the DevOps as well as cloud space, right? So coming to today's topic, we'll be discussing in detail about what exactly are snapshots and how you can create snapshot and what's the main advantage of going to snapshots, right? So where can you create snapshots? So we all know, right? Let me note it down here. So we'll be having Google Cloud GCE instances, Google Cloud Compute instances, right, which are mainly used for infra as a service offerings as a virtual machines, right? So in these virtual machines, we'll be attaching disks. This disk may be a boot disks or a non-boot disks. What do you mean by boot and non-boot? Boot is where your operating system is lies on, and non-boot instances, disk or something, you will be attaching for your extra volumes and all, right? So what happens? So before going to snapshot, let's take a scenario where you need a snapshots and all. So let's assume you're having an instance here, instance one, and you're having a disk attached to it, right? And this disk is having some log files. All your application logs and all are present over there. And today morning, like let's assume tomorrow, this time you are doing some sort of upgradation to these instances, underlying upgrade, or you are upgrading some sort of patches. So what happens? You did some sort of upgradation, and all of a sudden this instance went away. This instance is not coming up, or the data inside this logs folder was corrupted. Due to some reason, data might be lost and all. So in these scenarios, it's better to take a backup for this, right? So before doing any sort of upgrades and all, it's suggestible you take a backup of your disks, whether it might be a boot disk or a non-boot disk, and take a backup of it and save it. Because what if something went wrong, and if you want to have a previous data to be restored, then these backups will be coming into picture. So snapshots are nothing but a primary backup method for your compute engine instances, right? So in these will be helpful in any sort of disaster recovery, or if you want to have any sort of backup mechanism in place, these snapshot will be coming into picture. So what exactly a snapshot? We have seen, right? Snapshots are nothing but a backup mechanism and all. So what are those details? So we can create a snapshots for disks which are attached to an instances, right? This is one point. And other one is like you can create a snapshot while the instance is running itself. What do you mean by that? For example, if you're aware of images and all, you can create an image only when the instance is stopped. But coming to snapshots, you can create a snapshot while the instance is running itself, right? And one thing is you can share the snapshots from one project to other project. That means, for example, you have created a snapshot in project A and you want to share the same snapshot to project B instances, you can do it. But the only limitation is that you can do from a command line only. You cannot do from the console. You can use gcloud commands and execute few of the commands so that this activity can be done, right? And you can create copies of this snapshot in new zones as well. You have created a snapshot in specific zone, and if you want to create you want to attach, or if you want to create an instance in other zone, that can also be done, right? And the snapshot can be created for both as I told, boot disks as well as attached disks as well. Okay, attached disk in the sense you can attach your disk to an instances, and that disk also can also be taken to snapshot. So these are the main points, and the core important point is that snapshots are periodic incremental backup mechanisms. What do you mean by that? See, it is periodic incremental backup. This point is very important. Okay. So what exactly is it? Let's take an example again so that we'll be understanding very clearly. Uh, for example, you're having an instance here. An instance, for example, you're having some data already there in this specific instance. Let's assume the data is around 1 GB of size. Okay. And you have taken a snapshot of it. Let's assume snapshot one, and the snapshot one size is around 1 GB, right? And after 2 days or so, your logs got increased, and there is an increment of the total size is 2 GB. So when you take a snapshot again for this disk, let's assume the disk is disk one. When you take a snapshot of the disk one again, The snapshot, second snapshot will be of size only 1 GB because the first snapshot is already 1 GB and the disk that is having the data is 2 GB. So snapshot will be calculating the delta of it. What's the delta here? 2 GB minus 1 GB. So the increment is only 1 GB only. So snapshot 2 will be having 1 GB data only. Again, let's take like after 1 week or so, you have increased it 512 MB and the total is 3.5 GB. So here the increment of delta is 1 GB and here the increment of delta is 0.5 GB. So when you take a snapshot again, the snapshot 3, the size the snapshot will be taking is 0.5 GB only. Instead of the complete 3.5 GB, the snapshot will be taking only 0.5 GB, which is a delta to the previous version, the previous snapshot. So by this, we can say that this snapshot is nothing but a periodical incremental backup for your existing disks or well as instances, right? So in this scenario, let's assume what happens if a snapshot 2 gets deleted. Due to some reason, the snapshot gets deleted, right? So what happens when it gets deleted? So we are having a files here and this is having some other files and this is having some other files. So what happens when this snapshot gets deleted? So if you see this snapshot is getting deleted, during the process of deletion only, what happens is the snapshot, the size of this snapshot will be appended to the next snapshot available. That means this snapshot 3 will become 1.5 GB. So the data inside this snapshot will be appended to the next snapshot here, right? So that there won't be any data loss happening here, and this is much secure even. So for example, from this snapshot, if you create a image, because if you want to create an instance, because from snapshot you can create instances, right? So what happens is this image contains the data of S1, snapshot 1, snapshot 2, and snapshot 3 also. So when you're creating a instances out of the latest snapshot, all the snapshot will be accumulated, right? So you're clear till here, right? So let's see all this in the demo section, how we can create snapshots and how you can create all this stuff and all, right? So this is called an incremental backup. So snapshots can be of two types mainly. One is a manual snapshot. You can create manually. Whenever you want to have a snapshot, you can go to the console or gcloud command and you can execute snapshot manually. Another one is a scheduled snapshots. Okay. So in this video, I'll be showing you how you can create a manual snapshot. In the follow-up video, I'll be showing you how you can create a scheduled snapshot for a Google Cloud instances, right? So let's go to the console. So what I'll be doing is, in this video, I'll be showing you completely instance creations and all using CLI, so that you will be coming to know how you can create instances from the command line itself. So we'll be creating an instance, right? And we'll be logging to that instance. And in order to replicate all this data and all, what I'll be doing is I will be downloading a 1 GB content available and I'll be taking a snapshot one. And I'll be downloading other 1 GB or else 512 MB data and I will be creating a snapshot too. And other thing is I'll be downloading a 200 MB of data and I will be creating a snapshot 3, right? So now we have snapshot 1, snapshot 2 and snapshot 3 available in our instance, in our console. So what happens is I will be deleting snapshot 2 and we will be seeing how you can, what happens to the specific data. Will it be appended here or it will be lost? And what happens when I create an instance? I'm creating an instances from this snapshot and we'll be seeing what happens to data inside the snapshot one. Okay, let's go to the console there. Let me show you. Yes, not this one. Yeah, so I was in the specific project if you see here. So let me go to the command line prompt. Let me reconnect this back. So you should be aware of the command line tools as well, because if you want to create from the console, you can directly create an instance from here and it will be done. But I want to show you from the console as well. Okay. So if you see here, as of now, there are no disks attached inside my compute engine. And if you see, there are no disks and the snapshots are also zero. There are no snapshots available, right? So I want to create an instance, right? So for that, I'll be using a gcloud command. So the gcloud command will be gcloud compute instances create. I'll be creating an instance with name snapshot instance and I will be placing it in the US Central 1 A zone. US Central 1 hyphen A. Okay, gcloud compute instances. I'll be authorizing from the cloud shell because the session got expired. If you see once it is done, we can able to see this instance in the console here. Okay, the instance is getting created and it has been creating in the US Central 1 ES zone. Okay. So now how could I log into this machine? There are multiple ways you can do that. The easiest way is that you can directly click on the button here, but I'll be showing you the command line also. So if you see here, before that, let me fetch the number of instances running in my console, okay, in my specific project. Gcloud compute instances list will be giving you the number of instances running in a specific project. How it knows whether to get the project details? If you see here, the project is GCP batch 4309102, the project ID, and the instances that are being present in this specific project will be listing out. Okay. Uh, It's taking time. Yeah, if you see there is only one instance available, right? So now if I want to log into this specific instance, as I told earlier, I can log in from the SSH button here or I can do from the command prompt also, or else I can do from the local machine as well. But I need to have SDK installed, or else I need to have SSH keys generated and placed the public keys in my console. That I'll be showing in the later videos. So here, if I want to log into this Gcloud compute SSH and the instance name and the zone the instance is placed on, US Central 1-A. If you see, the keys will be added and it will be initially added to the known host file. And if you see, I was logging into the Shiva GCP 2021. This was my account and this was my instance name. So what I'll be doing, let me be a sudo for this. And as it's a Debian based image, let me initially update the repositories. Right. So as of now, there are no folders inside this instance, right? If you see ls is giving nothing for me. What I'll be doing is I'll be creating a make directive for softwares. Let's assume, okay. I'll be going inside the softwares. And if you see, there are no disk attached here as well. Only the boot disk is only available. If you see the 10 GB disk that we have attached initially, the boot disk is only available. And all these packages that we are downloading are inside this root image on root disk only, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll be downloading, as I told initially in this diagram, I'll be downloading a 1 GB file so that I want to fill some data in this disk so that I can, if I take a snapshot out of it, I'll be knowing it, what exactly has happened. So let me to create a file, let me download a 1 GB file, 1 GB file download. Okay. I think this will be giving me multiple options like 1 GB, 512, 200 MB. So let me copy this link address and I'll be downloading it here. wget and the pack URL. Okay, wget is not present. So let's install that. Apt install wget-y. Okay, now if I go to download that wget insert, and the file is getting downloaded, the 1 GB file is getting downloaded. Okay, so what I was trying to replicate is in your organizations or somewhere where you're working, there will be some data already accumulated inside your disks. As this was a new image and a new disk as well, we are not having any sort of content available in that. So I thought of creating a 1 GB data that is available so that for practicing snapshots and deleting snapshots and creating an instances out of that particular snapshot, we'll be having some data available, right? So let it get downloaded. And the snapshots from here on, I'll be showing you from the console because it's the first time, right? You're creating snapshots. So you should be aware of how you can create it from the console. The same way you can create it from the command line as well. So there are no issues in that. So if I go do for ls-la, if you see there is a 1 GB file that is downloaded and it was having around 1 GB extra space, right? So what I'll be doing is I'll be going to the snapshots here. As I told earlier, snapshots can be created when the instance is running itself. But do remember, you cannot create an images when the image is running. You should stop the image and take an image. You should stop the instance and then you can create an image. But that's not the case with snapshots. Snapshots, you can create a snapshot while the instance is running as well. Okay, so there are a couple of options, the create snapshot and the create snapshot schedule. As I told, the manual one and the scheduled process. Schedule process I'll be letting you know in the next video. For this video, I'll be showing you create snapshot manually. If I go for snapshot, this snapshot you can create for both the zonal disk as well as a regional disk as well. So I'll be defaultly I'll keep the name as snapshot one. and I'll be giving the what disk should I take a snapshot for. If you see, there is only one disk attached for my instance. If I go here inside this instance, if you go to the disk column, there is only one snap instance. This got attached to a snap instance. Okay, so this is not a non-boot disk. This is a boot disk only. There is only one disk available in my console. So now I will be going to snapshot, and I'll be creating a snapshot with a snapshot one. Okay, I will be placing this snapshot in a regional only. If you want, you can place it in the multi-regional as well. But for now, I'll be going for regional and US central one only, right? So there is nothing you can do here. Just you're giving a name of the snapshot and for which disk you want to take a snapshot for. Okay, so let me create this. So the snapshot will be getting created. It will be taking based upon the content inside your disk. In our case, it's around 1.5 GB only, right? So it will be taking a much less time than compare. If you see here, it was taking a snapshot. The snapshot size is 0 bytes because it's still in the process of creating a snapshot. And if you see, the creation is manual, as we have created a manual snapshot, and the source disk is a snapshot instance. This was the boot disk that we wanted to create a snapshot for, and the boot size is 10 GB. What is 10 GB here? Like, this was the 10 GB of this boot disk. Okay, the boot disk that we have created is a 10 GB size. That's the reason it was showing you 10 GB. But here, if you see, the snapshot size is something that out of 10 GB, how much is the snapshot available for? Okay, if you see 1.4 GB only. If I want to show you clearly, uh, if I go here, if I do a df-h, if you see here, this was the one, right? Where it is. Okay, so it has taken a snapshot here with the existing one, and what exactly is the data that is being available other than the boot disk. Okay, the boot disk is obviously the one that comes to the boot image, right? So other than that, the snapshot size it has taken, that's fine. So what I'll be doing is I'll be creating another file, a 512 MB file, and I will be downloading it here. If you see ls-la, I'm only having a 1 GB file. Now I'm downloading another file of size 512 MB just to create some more space. And after this, I'll be creating a snapshot of snapshot 2 as well. So let's give a minute or so that this file gets downloaded. This snapshot we use on regular basis during, if, for example, if you're doing some sort of production deployments, you'll be taking a snapshot, or else if you want to have some patches, upgradations to your underlying infra, you'll be taking a snapshots. If you want to store your data precisely to, in order to have some governance issues and all, you'll be taking snapshot. So there are multiple scenarios there will be taking snapshots of an instances. If I see here ls-la, I have gone downloaded the 512 MB of size. So let me take another snapshot here, snapshot 2, and the boot disk is snapshot instance, and I'm creating again a regional one in the same region. I'm creating a snapshot. For example, if you want to create a snapshot from the command line, the easiest way is you can click on the command line button. The Google will be populating you with the relevant command. If you see gcloud computes disks snapshot, and the snapshot of which I want to take a disk, and the project and the snapshot name, I'm giving a snapshot to, and where I want to keep the snapshot for, like that's what is the zone and the storage location as well. Okay, so that's the equivalent gcloud command. So let me create this, and before creating, let me download this file as well so that there won't be any time waste. Wget, I'm trying to create let's see whether it got created or not. So if you see, the extra size was only created, okay? The delta between the previous snapshot and the present one, the delta will be creating it as a snapshot size, right? So now I am creating a 200 MB extra, okay? Just to create a three snapshot that we have shown in this here. So after this, I'll be deleting snapshot 2, okay? So then let's see what happens to the snapshot to image. So in our case, the data inside the snapshot to is 512 MB file, right? The 512 MB zip file. So if I delete that, what happens is the snapshot 2 will be getting appended to the snapshot 3. So snapshot 2 got created. And if I go here and do ls-la, it's like 512 200 MB, right? Okay. Let me create a snapshot here again. Snapshot 3 and the snap images, snap instance, that I'm keeping a regional itself, and I'll be doing a create. So this will be creating me a snapshot 3. Okay, I think it will be very fast, quicker when compared to other ones because it's of around 200 MB size. Yeah, it's created. Okay, be careful. Observe carefully here. I'll be zooming a bit. Okay, now I have got three snapshots. Snapshot one, snapshot one, snapshot three. Okay, so I'll be deleting them in between snapshot two. Okay, so observe what happens. I'm deleting the snapshot here. Before the snapshot gets deleted, okay, if you see the size already got appended to the next snapshot available, snapshot 3. So the deletion before the snapshot gets deleted only, the data inside the snapshot will be appended to the next available snapshot, right? So this snapshot will be having 716 MB. Okay, that's fine. So now what I can do is, like, if I go into the specific snapshot, I can delete this, I can edit the snapshot, or else I can create an instance out of this snapshot. Okay, I'm creating an instance from snapshot 3. Okay, snapshot 3 size is around 700 MB as of now. I'm creating from the console, I'll be creating it. If you see the boot disk is showing me as a snapshot 3. That's fine. So let me create this snapshot instance. Okay, let me refresh. Unlike in disk, you can create a snapshot in other zones as well. But if you are creating a disk specifically, you need to create you need to attach the disk to a specific instances in the same zone where the disk has created. Okay. So instance one is created. Let me log in. For now, I'll be showing you again from the console itself. If you click on the SSH button, the backend transfer of keys and all will be taken care by the Google. Google manages all these keys, and you will be directly giving a terminal inside your browser. Right, let me give it a minute or so that it will be doing all the keys transfers and all, and the terminal is back, right? So if I go to the same path where I have already created, if you see, I'm already having a snapshots, right? Sorry, softwares folder. This is the new instance. My instance is here. If you see here, this was the snap instance where I have created the softwares and all the content here, but this is my new instance. The if you see instance one, inside the instance one, the softwares have already come up. If I go to softwares, if I go for ls-la, I need to see all the three files. Okay, 1 GB, 200 MB, and 512 MB. Even though I have created an instance out of from the snapshot 3, and the snapshot 3 is having only these two sizes as the value, but when I'm creating an instance of it, what happens is, as these are incremental values and there will be an only change in the delta, all the previous snapshot will also be accumulated, and the latest one will be creating an instance. So that's the reason we are able to see all the previous data also, 1 GB, 200 MB, and 512 MB. So that's how you create a snapshot. Okay, this is very important as we use this on a regular basis in your DevOps journey, because this was one of your roles and responsibilities. Even like if you're going planning for productions and all, you need to take a backup of a specific instances. It's not only specific to instances, the same can be done from the containers perspective as well. The container, if you're attaching some boot disks and all, if you want, you can create there as well. Okay, so yeah, this is how you will be creating snapshots and all. So this is how you will be creating from the manual perspective. The schedule way I'll be showing you in another way. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, do hit on the like button so that it will be giving someone awareness of the channel. Yeah, see you again in the next video. Yep, till then, bye.